Nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Hello and welcome to True Crime Rocket Science, the most authentic voice in true crime. About 2 weeks after the apprehension and arrest of Rex Heuermann, an architect based in Midtown Manhattan, we found out an awful lot about the 59-year-old. But what are the things we still don't know? Well, these are 6 unanswered questions. Before we get to that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do like, share, leave a comment. You can also hit the thanks button and let's get started. Well, so what don't we know? Number 1 is first wife. What are the circumstances that led to the divorce? We know her name was Elizabeth Ryan. We know that she was an only child. We know that he was 3 years younger than she was. He married her at 26. She was 29 years old. She was a junior planner and he was an intern. So it seems like it was work and the big city that brought them together. Although mystery surrounds his first marriage and his first wife as well, and when exactly they divorced and why, it's likely that by 1994, when Heuermann bought his mother's property, the marriage was over. That means it barely lasted 4 years. And so the question is, why did the marriage end? Also, what was Elizabeth Ryan's experience of Heuermann? What went wrong? I just want to thank Geddy from Iliasta Productions for providing me with some of this information. Number 2, more bodies. On the one hand, there's reason to believe there might be more bodies connected to this case. More sex workers have come forward saying Heuermann contacted them as well. On the other hand, if the optics of the search at his home are anything to go by, perhaps there aren't any more bodies. Number 3, when did it start? Heuermann married Asa Ellerup in 1996 after being divorced for barely 2 years. It's not clear whether any of the serial killings predated his second marriage, but clearly the murders for which Heuermann has been connected all occurred while he was married to his second wife, the earliest being July 9, 2007. And we've all heard those reports that when his wife was out of town, that's when the murders allegedly occurred. It's also speculated that the GILGO Beach serial killings started more than 10 years before that, in 1996, the same year he married Asa. Number 4. When did it end? One theory is that it ended in 2011. If it did end then, why did it end? I guess another possibility is, did it end? Number 5. Was he going to murder again? Heuermann seemed to be meeting sex workers throughout the course of his second marriage. This means the opportunity and perhaps the temptation to kill again remained in place. Definitely a troubling scenario. And then the 6th and final question, what set him off in the 1990s? If Rex Heuermann, the imputed suspect in this case, if he committed these crimes, what was the trigger? What psychological change occurred in the 1990s? Well, we know that he moved into his mother's house. We know that he got divorced. We know that he got married again. And so the question is, within that fabric, what is actually going on in his heart, in his mind? Heuermann spent 2 years essentially alone in his mother's house between 1994 and 1996. Did loneliness awaken a part of himself during that period and bring back memories that had been dormant? Did his first wife, either the trauma of the marriage itself or the trauma of the marriage ending, did that trigger latent, long-buried feelings, perhaps from high school? Was it a bitter divorce? Did the lonely aftermath and his efforts to meet someone new and perhaps being rejected and humiliated remind him of school? And so that is one of the biggest questions. What led to this first murder? What triggered that first murder? If there was a slow burn prior to that, what is the spark that ultimately set it off? I'm not going to take it further than that, but we are going to look at the number 4 clue we all missed in an episode following this one. Also, I'll be doing 22 shocking insights regarding the Titanic. If you've ignored all of my Titanic coverage, if you've not been interested whatsoever in the Titan coverage, it really is interesting. Anyway, that's it from me for now. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Take care, keep safe, and I'll see you guys next time.